One of the best and most sought after races in Gran Turismo 7 is the World Touring Car 800 on Sardegna. A race that's pretty straightforward, and one you can earn lots of credits. And not only that, there are quite a few cars you can use for this race as well, which are all pretty accessible and great fun to use. Here are 4 of my favourite cars to use for the World Touring Car 800 on Sardegna on GT7. And here it is, the World Touring Car 800 on Sardegna. 15 laps, 8 times fuel, 8 times tyre for cars up to 800 pp, with an initial payout of 485,000 credits on the offering, where you can use your own car, and here are 4 that will do well. First up is the Honda NSX GT500, found in Brand Central for 800,000 credits. As the car is in Brand Central, you can buy it whenever you want. And once you've got it, head over to the tuning shop, where all we're going to do is get a power restrictor and ballast, fully customizable racing transmission, high RPM turbocharger, and racing hard tyres. As the car is a race car, everything else is fitted as standard. And for the setup, we've just lowered the suspension, reducing the negative camber angle to improve the grip in the tyres. The differential set seems to work pretty well with the car, and we've got the fully customizable racing transmission set to 340 km an hour, the gearing left as standard. We've got the power restrictor set to 82, with the ballast on the max of 200, and the ballast positioning set to -50. The fully customizable ECU is set to 100, with downforce all the way to the front and rear. And finally, the high RPM turbocharger is on, to leave us on 799 pp and 687 brake horsepower. And the brake balance is set to -5. Find that this seems to work well. In the race, you can use 2 different strategies. First is a 5 and 5 with refueling, or you can fuel save and do 1 stop. Either way, the tyres will last the whole race, and the car does drive really well. And its versatility on race strategy makes it a great option. If you want to fuel save, use mix 5 or 6, and short shift and lift and coast. But whatever you do, the car will get the job done. The next car we're going to look at is the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3. This again is found in Brand Central for 450,000 credits. And again, being in Brand Central, you can buy the car whenever you want. Once you've got it, go to the tuning shop and buy all the parts you bought for the NSX. Just buy racing medium tyres as opposed to racing hards, and you're good to go. And for the setup, the suspension is pretty similar to the NSX. We've just changed the differentials a bit to help give the car stability towards the rear. The fully customizable racing transmission is set to 310 km an hour, the gearing left as standard. The power restrictor is set to 100 with no ballast, with the fully customizable ECU set to 100. Downforce again is all the way to the front and rear, and the high RPM turbocharger is active. The brake balance is set to -5 to help save the rear tyres a bit. And all done, you'll be on 783 pp, 790 brake horsepower. The strategy, mix 4 from the off and pit on laps 5 and 10. The tyres should last through the first stint, so change them at the second stop and bring it in. The setup will help stabilise the car and oversteer, and while not the fastest car you can use, it does once again get the job done. And if you want to turn up the noise a little bit more, here's a great car for doing just that, the Pagani Zonda R 2009. The car found in Brand Central, yours for 1.8 million credits. And again, Brand Central, go buy the car when you like. Go to the tuning shop and get the power restrictor and ballast, fully customizable racing transmission, and the high RPM turbocharger. And for this one, we're going to go racing soft tyres, as these seem to be on the Zonda pretty good. The setup for this one is again pretty similar. The front suspension is a bit lower than the rear, with a bit of negative camber. We've gone for differentials to help the car rotate better on braking for a better drive. And the fully customizable racing transmission is set to 330 km an hour, the gearing again left unadjusted. The power restrictor is set to 100 with ballast on 45, the ballast positioning on -20, and the ECU is set to 95. Downforce is all the way to the rear and 447 on the front, with the high RPM turbocharger. Brake balance is 0, but you can change it if you want. and with that 799 pp, 892 brake horsepower. The car on the whole does drive really well on Sardegna. You might need to brake early for a few of the corners, but it is a great car to drive. Run mix 6 to fuel save, as it does use fuel quite quick though, and pits on laps 5 and 10. I'd also change tyres as well on both stops, and you should just about make it on the fuel. You may run out, but you'll be metres from the finish line if you do, and you can save with a bit of lifting and coasting. The Zonda really is a great choice for this race. And if you want to turn it up even more, this is the car to use, the Nissan R92CP. This Group C monster can be used in the race with the right setup. Unlike the previous cars though, however, the car isn't available all the time, with it being in a Legends car dealership. It's also more expensive at 2 million credits, but if you can get it, it really is a great option. Go to the tuning shop and again get the power restrictor and ballast, fully customisable racing transmission and racing medium tyres. We don't need any turbochargers, so we'll leave those out. And again, all other parts are fitted as standard. And again, want to turn it up, this is the car. With this setup, we've gone on minimums on the front and maximums on the rear of the suspension. The differential's set to help with steering. The fully customisable racing transmission is set to 370 km an hour. The gearing again remains unadjusted. The power restrictor is set to 100 with ballast on 186. The fully customisable ECU is set to 100, with max downforce on the rear but not quite on the front. Found the car works better with these settings. And for this one, found zero brake balance works well. And when you're done, 799 pp and 788 brake horsepower is what you should have. This setup is all about pushing the car to the absolute max. For the race, mix 1 on 1 stop, you're good to go. The R92CP will get you through the race in next to no time. Just be aware of using first gear to avoid wheel spin, and bouts of understeer here and there, mainly as the car goes faster. But your tyres will last easily through to the first pit stop, so just pit when it's time, take tyres and fuel, and bring it in. Fuel save a bit in the second stint, and all is good. The car on the whole is pretty good to drive around Sardegna. And if you do decide to try all of these cars, that's 4 races, with the clean race bonuses, a very tidy 2.9 million credits, averaging 24 to 25 minutes per race, around half an hour, taking 1 or 2 mistakes into account and lapping AI. But rarely if at all will you hit the 30-minute mark. Each of these cars work really well in the race, making them great to use for earning those credits. And there we are, 4 great cars you can use for the World Touring Car 800 on Sardegna, earning around 1.5 million credits an hour at least. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, or live stream. Thanks for watching.